Hey guys, Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Hope everybody's doing well. I am on the mend, doing much better. Going to physical therapy tomorrow at 2, outpatient physical therapy, which is really exciting. Get out of the house a little bit. And here we're going to play a May 24th, 1990 game. Reds are visiting Montreal. And it's going to be Ron Robinson versus Kevin Gross. Both have their C stuff, so not their best stuff. Now, this game, final score was 7-1, and it had 23 hits and 2 errors. So let's see how close to that we can get. It's interesting to kind of see if it lines up with what happened in actuality. And let's do it. Fall Classic Baseball. There you go. All right, here's our layout. Now we have the Reds starts off with Sabo at third, Hatcher in center, Larkin at short, Davis in left field. He's back, and that's good. And I'm going to start now for the Reds that I handle every day. I'm using the Stratomatic sleeves. They fit close enough. It's okay. Really, the point is to protect the cards. O'Neill batting fifth, sixth is Benzinger, the first baseman, Oster, the second baseman, Oliver, the catcher, who's been on a tear. It's been pretty hilarious. Lately I've been just writing down how I roll for him. It's like 66, 44, 55, 22, like doubles all the time when he comes up. It's hilarious. And then finally the pitcher batting ninth, Ron Robinson, who really only had 5 starts for the Reds, and then I guess was sent down to the minors. He had a 1.6 whip, so not a great pitcher. We'll see how long he lasts in this game. I don't expect him to last very long. DeShields at second base, Martinez the center fielder. This is for the Expos now. Raines in left field, Aldretti the first baseman, Wallach at third, Walker the right fielder, who's got a strong arm. My other 2 outfielders are A arms. I already checked those. Fitzgerald the catcher, Owen the shortstop, and Gross the pitcher. Let's roll some dice, see what happens. Chris Sabo. And that's going to be a 12, which will be a liner to left. In position is Raines for the first out. First out of the inning, my friends. So this is my layout here. My pitchers are to the right, my batters are to the left. And of course, these are the substitutes for the Montreal Expos. Have pitchers and batters. And of course, here's where I roll my dice. And it's super quiet. Let's see, Billy Hatcher's up. He's also been hitting the ball, and there's a 66, and that's going to be a drive, and that's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall into second base. Digging hard is Hatcher, slides in there ahead of the throw for a double, a 1-out double for Hatcher. Here's Barry Larkin. Larkin has also been hitting well, and a 63 is going to be an out, a ball hit right back to the pitcher now. Let's see what happens with the runner on second. Double if the runner's going to hold at second, unless the pitcher's arm is a W, and it is not. It's a strong arm, so he will hold. So it's a tapper right back to the mound. Gross looks at second base, Hatcher back, and now he throws over to first to get Larkin. So that's 2 out and runner on second. And here's Eric Davis. So we're glad to have Eric Davis back in the lineup. He missed a month, and he is back in the lineup, and he stays in the lineup for the rest of the season. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 61. Struck him out, and that retires his side. So they leave a runner at second. No runs, 1 hit. And nice pitch by Kevin Gross to get Eric Davis, to strike out Eric Davis. All right, and Delino DeShields against Ron Robinson. Let's see what happens. And that's a 66, and that's down the line into the right field corner, and O'Neill is going to play it off the carom, and DeShields into second base ahead of O'Neill's throw for a leadoff double. So both teams start the game off with a double. Dave Martinez, left-handed hitter, playing center field. And in center field, like I said earlier, he is an A arm. And here's a pitch from Ron Robinson, a 45, and that's a base on balls. Yeah, Ron Robinson does not have a good card, so first two batters are on. I mean, this is the type of card that he may not be able to get out of this inning. Here is Tim Raines. Here's a pitch. And a 31. That's a base hit. That may drive in a run already. Let's see what happens. 31, runner on second. There's going to be an assist with the right fielder. It's 1-5, and he is out at home. So 9-5. I'm sorry, 9-2 on the single. And batter goes to second. That means the runner on first goes to third. So Paul O'Neill throws out the Shields, racing home, trying to score. And there's one out with runners on first and third. Now we're playing back because we want to prevent a big inning, trying to get a double play. We're willing to give up a run here in the first inning. I don't know if we can prevent it. Mike Aldretti, another left-handed hitter. Here's a pitch from Ron Robinson. That's a 65, a -8. So it's a 2, and it's a 1. That's a deep drive to right field. That's way back, and that ball is gone. 3-run homer. Holy smokes. 3-run homer for Aldretti. 3 RBIs, and it's 3-0, just like that, Montreal. We did roll a 1. It was a 65. It was a 1-10 on Robinson. The -8 on the hitter makes it a 2. So he needed to roll a 1 or a 2 for a home run, and what do we get? We got a 1. So that ball is gone, and the crowd here goes wild. Tim Wallach. And that's a 36, and that's a bouncer up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Yeah, I don't see Robinson getting anybody out here. Next batter, Walker with a 52. Ooh, this could be a double play. We pull a card that says third 52, third baseman. Third baseman's error is a 4, I believe. This is going to be a double play. Yes, says Sabo, an excellent card, defensive card. Goes to second for 1, back to first, around the horn, double play. 3 runs come in, so some damage has been done. And on 3 runs on 4 hits, a walk, and Larry Walker hits the ball hard to the opposite side, and it's fielded by Sabo, who turns a spectacular double play, soul-crushing, inning-ending double play for Chris Sabo. All right, Paul O'Neill's up. Pitch from Kevin Gross with a 61. Got him looking. Next is Todd Benzinger with a 23. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Gross. He's got 3 in a row. And here's Ronnie Oster. And that's a 14. Will be a fly ball center field. Over is Martinez. And that's 3 up, 3 down. All right, let's see how the Expos are going to do here against Ron Robinson. It's Mike Fitzgerald. He's an ex-Met. And that's a 66. The 11 is going to be a drive over the center fielder's head, hits off the base of the wall. Chugging into second base is Fitzgerald. So a leadoff double. Here's Spike Owen, the pitch, and it's a 25, which will be an out. A 2, crack to center. Under it is Eric Davis. You know, at one point I thought Eric Davis was going to be like the next Willie Mays, and pretty dumb of me, but that's what I thought was going to happen. So Kevin Gross is up, and Kevin Gross has a good hitting card, by the way. Well, relatively speaking, he batted 200. He had 10 hits and 50 at bats, 4 doubles and a home run. Here's a pitch, and that's a 54. Now that's an unusual play type thing. 54 chart, which tells us to go to the Wilder chart. So I got to pull a card. Wilder is going to be a pop-up foul area, and that 5 tells us it's going to be catching by the row. Catcher catches it, so FO2. All right, so he could have dropped it and it would have been an error, but with that 5, it's not, because our catcher Oliver, I believe, is like a 1 error. You know, catchers' error ratings are very, very low, generally speaking. Yeah, he's got a 1 error rating, but he's got a pretty high pass ball rating at a 6. So let's write that down. It's a 1E1 pass ball 6. Probably won't use it again, but just to memorize it. All right, so 2 outs. Here's the top of the order. So Ron Robinson, after the double, is retired 2 Expos here in the bottom of the second. I literally don't expect him to go very deep into this game. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 15, and that will be a ground ball to short. Scooped up by Larkin, fires the first on target to Benzinger, and that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we go to the top of the third inning. Here's Joe Oliver, 24, and that's usually a hit by pitch number. This will be a grounder to short. It's too high for hit by pitch. I write down Oliver's rolls just because the guy's been raking it and batting like 400. I mean, every time he comes up, but lately in the last 2 games, I have not rolled well for him. So this is going to be the pitcher, and the pitcher is going to bounce one up the middle, and that gets through. So Robinson picks up a hit. And it brings the top of the order. Sabo, we're going to try a hit and run with Sabo. Oh, no, not with the pitcher. Here's Sabo with a 13, and that'll be a fly ball to right down the line. Over is Walker, 2 down. And here's Billy Hatcher, doubled. But no, not here. Here's going to line out to the shortstop. L6, no runs, 1 hit. And how do I know where the ball is going? The D20 tells me. D20 is a line out to the shortstop. So I memorized it. It's called a quick outs chart. It's very simple. I mean, there's like 3 numbers that aren't like a 1 is to the pitcher. If you roll a 1 on the D20, it's to the pitcher. A 2 is a center fielder, but a 3 is a first baseman or third baseman, depending is he a righty or lefty. 4 is second baseman. 5 is third baseman or first baseman, depending if he's righty or lefty. 6 is shortstop. 7 is left field, 8 is center field, 9 is right field. So there's a couple of things like that. And here's Dave Martinez. We've got an excited crowd in the background. And that's a 64, and that'll be an out. It does a 15 as he's a lefty, so that will go to first base. So that's 1 down. Next up is Tim Raines. Raines single last at bat. And he will single again here. Base hit for Raines. He's on at first, a 1-out single. Aldretti, who's not a good hit and run guy, so we're not going to do it with him. And a 24 will be a hit by pitch, and it's a fly ball. It's too high for a hit by pitch. And on his card, it was only like, 1 to 4, and we rolled a 9, so it was too high. So that's a fly to right over his O'Neill, and he grabs it. So 2 outs and 1 on for Tim Wallach. Robinson's made it all the way to the 3rd inning, but let's knock on wood. 15, and he will make it to the 4th inning, and that's a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. Goes to 2nd, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the top of the 4th. Who's coming up? It's going to be Larkin. Barry Larkin. Then it's Eric Davis and Paul O'Neill. And a 55 is going to be a line drive to center field. And he's going to get a chance to steal. And there he goes, and he is safe. So Larkin, who had, in reality, he stole, doesn't say how many, oh wait, it does say. 30 out of 35. That's how many steals he had. All right, so he's on at second base, a single and a stolen base, and here's Eric Davis. Pitched to Eric Davis at 21. Strike 3, got him. Good pitch by Kevin Gross. Now here comes O'Neill. Here's a pitch to O'Neill. That's a snake eyes, and that's ball 4. It's 1-8 walk, and we rolled an 8 on the D20, so he shows patience and walks. So we got first and second with 1 out. The Reds have a little something going here. They trail 3-0 in the top of the 4th. Here's Todd Benzinger. He's a switch hitter. He'll be batting lefty against Kevin Gross, the right-hander. See what happens. Here's a pitch, and that is a 61. Got him! Looking, oh my goodness. And we can do the opposite way here. There you go. And Next is Ron Oster. So first and second, they're both going on contact with 2 outs. And here's a pitch to Oster, and that's a 45, which will be a 1-2 base on ball. But nope, cracked to right center field over is Walker and Martinez, and it's Walker who makes the catch. So no runs, 1 hit, 2 left. And it's the bottom of the 4th coming up with Walker, Mike Fitzgerald, and Spike Owen. Let's see what Ron Robinson's going to do. Now, Ron Robinson, he's kind of held his own in the last couple innings. He had a rough start. He is a C pitcher, and he wasn't very good during the season. He only had 5 starts. I think this is the 3rd or the 4th start already, or maybe it's even the 5th start. So let's see what happens. And that's going to be a 26 against a righty. That's a base hit. Lines 1 to center, so Larry Walker's on at first. Mike Fitzgerald is next. He's a good bunter, and we're going to try to bunt here. And that is a good bunt. It's going to be to the first baseman. So that moves the runner into scoring position for both two hitters, right? Owen and then Gross can also swing the bat. So we're going to try to see if we can get another run here. And what did I say was to the first baseman? We'll do like a 3 to 4 on that. All right, and here's Spike Owen with a runner on second. A pitch from Robinson, a 53 and a 9. Now that's a range check to the shortstop, and Larkin is an excellent shortstop. Larkin is a 13, and we roll a 9, so he will get it, and that will be a runner will hold on that. And here's Kevin Gross, 2 out, 1 on. In scoring position is Larry Walker. Here's a pitch to Kevin Gross, and that is a 41, would be ball 4. So pitcher walks the pitcher, and manager's never happy about that. Here is Delano DeShields. And it's 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 4th. This may be his last batter. I mean, if he can't get DeShields out, we may have to go to the bullpen. Let's see what happens. And he will get him out, and he strikes him out. Big K for Robinson. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. Top of the 5th, 3-0 Montreal. Remember what we said earlier. This game had 23 hits, 8 runs, and 2 errors. So far, we've got 3 hits, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits. So we're still 13 behind. We'll see what happens. Here's Joe Oliver with a 62, and he strikes out. Chases a fastball, a high fastball. The pitcher's up, and a 44, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Kevin Gross. Robinson strikes out. I'm using the generic batting card for pitchers because he only had 5 starts and didn't have enough at bats for a card. All the other starters have their own card. Here's Chris Sabo. Sabo's 0 for 2 is lined out and flied out, 31. That's going to be a ground ball through the left side for a 2-out single. So Sabo is on at first. Bringing up Billy Hatcher. Hatcher doubled and then lined out to short. Here's a pitch. And a 46 with a 9 is popped up. And he's a righty. That's going to be in the foul territory on the right side. First baseman Aldretti's there, and that retires the side. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 5th now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dave Martinez is leading off. See how far Ron Robinson can get in this inning. That's a 14. That's popped up. And he's a lefty. This is going to go to the right side, to the left side. Third baseman, Sabo in foul ground, and he makes the catch. And next up is Tim Raines, who's 2 for 2, and he will be, that's going to be a error check on the third baseman. Scooped up by Sabo, bobbles it a second, fires, and gets Raines by half a step. Raines can fly down the line, so Sabo knew that. And that's 2 outs and nobody on, and here's Mike Aldretti. He's a lefty. So Robinson, after that first inning, And a 26 against a righty, that's bounced up the middle and through into center field. So it's a 2-out single. I spoke too soon. Tim Wallach is next. And a 36 will be a base hit. Let's see what the runner does. And he will, F or A will go to third. And Aldretti's an A, so it's going to be first and third now with 2 outs. And that's going to be all. That's going to be all for Ron Robinson. He's going to go 4.2. And we're going to go to the bullpen. All right, so Tim Burtzes is coming in. He'll be a B. He'll be facing Larry Walker, the lefty. So it's lefty on lefty with first and third and 2 outs on the bottom of the 5th. The Reds are trailing 3-0. And let's do it. Here's a pitch, and that is going to be trouble. That's ball 4. So he walks Walker. That loads the bases. So bases are loaded now for Mike Fitzgerald. Should be Mike Fitzgerald. Tim Wallach singled before. And it is. And Fitzgerald bats from the right side. And we can go to Dibble right now with the bases loaded. We should do that. Let's go grab Dibble. And got to get out of this inning. Bases loaded. Let's roll a die, see what kind of stuff he will have. He will have his ace stuff. So Rob Dibble comes in to face the righty Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald batted most of the season, batted 111 games. He played in 111 games, so he played pretty much the whole game. So he'll bat. I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter. Spike Owen is next, and then the pitcher, Gross. But it's 3-0, so the Expos are in good shape. Here goes, bases loaded. Mike Fitzgerald, right-handed hitter. Today, Fitzgerald doubled and then sacrificed. Here's a pitch from Rob Dibble. And that's a 35, and that'll be strike 3. Got him. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left. And we move to the top of the 6th inning. Barry Larkin against Kevin Gross. Larkin with a 23, and that'll be line and caught by the third baseman. Next is Eric Davis. Eric Davis with 15, and that is hit hard right at the right fielder. So another liner to right and positioned perfectly for that catch is Walker, 2-way. And here's Paul O'Neill. O'Neill today has a strikeout and a walk. Pitch from Kevin Gross, and that's a 46 with a 15 popped up. He's a lefty. That'll be to the third base, left side of the in foul territory. Making the catch is Tim Wallach, and that retires the side. So easy inning for Gross, and he's got 6 shutout innings, so he will become a B pitcher for the 7th inning. And then he will become an A pitcher if he gets one more. There we go. All right, he's got a shutout going here. 3-0 shutout in the bottom of the 6th inning for Kevin Gross. Spike Owen leads off. And it's Rob Dibble, one of the nasty boys. And the pitch, it's a 13, and that'll be a ground ball to he's batting lefty, so that'll be to the first baseman. 1 away. Kevin Gross is next. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a 52 and a 10. That's going to be an error check. And against third baseman, but Sabo picks that up, feels it cleanly, throws a strike to Benzinger for the 2nd out. Top of the order, DeShields, Rob Dibble, winds and deals, 23, got him. Struck him out with a fastball. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down, easy inning, going to the top of the 7th. This game, if you notice, plays very, very quickly once you get into the groove. And it's Todd Benzinger leading off against Kevin Gross, who's now a B pitcher. And that is a 35, which will be a base hit. Lines 1 to he's batting lefty, so he's a switch hitter batting lefty. Lines 1 to right. He's on at first. Next is Oster. Oster with a 25, and that'll be a fly ball, center field. Over is Martinez, 1 away. Here comes Joe Oliver. Oliver today's 0 for 2. And a 14 will be a pop-up middle infield, shortstop and second base. That is Spike Owens, and DeShields come over, and it is DeShields who makes the catch. All right, so Dibble is up. We're going to have to bring a pinch hitter in here. And against the righty will be Hal Morris. Pinch hitter, 7th inning. Hal Morris. Let's grab him. And here goes Morris with 33, and that's blind base hit. Let's see where Benzinger will go. He will stop and hold at second base. So it's going to be first and second. Pinch hit single by Hal Morris, the lefty. All right, next up is Sabo. So the tying run, Sabo's the tying run. He's got good power. Hit 25 home runs. Kevin Gross looks in for the sign. Gets it from Fitzgerald. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 64, which will be a fly ball deep left field. Backing up to the track is Tim Raines, and Raines makes the catch. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And Kevin Gross is going to be an 8 pitcher in the following inning. And it's going to be a new pitcher. And we're going to bring in Liana. Let's grab him. He's a righty, so let's see what kind of stuff he will have. He will have his B stuff. So Dibble came in, did 1.1, I believe. Yep. And then now it's Liana. He will have his B stuff. All right. 3-0. Expos, bottom of the 7th. 7, 8, and 9. Again, this game had 23 hits, 8 runs, and 2 errors. So far, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 2, 3, that's 12, 13, 14. So far we got 14. We still got 10 more to go to match the actual game. All right, so Dave Martinez, he's 0 for 2 today. Here's Liana, pitch, and it is a 31. That's a ground ball, and that's through the right side for a base hit. All right, Tim Raines. And Raines is a good hit and run guy. There he goes. And a 5 will be a ground ball to the first baseman. Benzinger's right there, and that runner will move up. Flips to the pitcher covering. So run around second on that hit and run. And next up is Mike Aldretti, the pitch. And that's a 65. That's a drive. -8 is a 3, and that's a 19. So that's way back on the track, but caught by O'Neill. And with that 19, runner, I believe, will advance on this. Runner on second, I'm pretty sure it does advance. Yes, he does. Tags up, goes to third. So that's going to bring up Tim Wallach now. Tim Wallach against Liana, the righty versus righty. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to be down the line into the left field corner. RBI there, and into second base is Liana ahead of the throw with a double, a 2-out RBI double, making it 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Next up is Larry Walker. Here's a pitch, and that's a 63. It'll be a pop-up. Right side, first baseman makes the catch, and that retires the side. 1 run on 2 hits. 4-0. Go to top of the 7th. I'm sorry, top of the 8th. That's 7 innings right there. And it's going to be Mickey Hatcher versus Kevin Gross. He is now an A pitcher with a 65, and that's going to be a drive and no home run. It'll be a ground ball to short for out number 1. Larkin is next with a 46 and a 7. That's foul ball. Pulled down the line. Foul. Larkin again. Another chance with an 11, and that's going to be a base hit. Lines one to left. So he's 2 for 4 today. Next is Eric Davis. Pitch from Gross with a 36, and that'll be an out. An 11 is going to be a 6-3. Runner advances to second. 2 outs. Runner on second. So Davis grounds out to Spike Owen, and here comes Paul O'Neill. He can go 27, so he's out. He is out. Oh, but he's got a shutout going, so he can still pitch while he has a shutout going, so we don't have to replace him. There we go. Here's a pitch to Paul O'Neill, and that's a 12. It'll be a tapper right back to the mound. Gross grabs it over to first, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and it's It's 4-0 Expos in the bottom of the 8th. Liana's still in there. He's going to face Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald with a 61, strike 3, and he goes down swinging. Next up is Owen. Owen with a 32, and that'll be a fly ball to right. O'Neill over, 2 down. Here's Gross. Gross with a 22, and that'll be strike 3. So 2 big strikeouts for Liana. And it's last licks for the Reds. 4 down, 4-0. It's going to be Benzinger, Oster, and Oliver. I think it was a 14. I can't remember just the last number we rolled for Oliver. All right, so Benzinger up against Kevin Gross, who's trying for the shutout, complete game shutout. Here's pitch. He had 2 complete games. Here's a pitch. 65, that's going to be -4, and that is he's batting lefty. That'll be a ground ball to first. Right there is Aldretti. Oster, who's 0 for 3 today, he's flied out 3 times with a 44, and that's ripped to center field for a base hit. Next is Joe Oliver. Oliver's 0 for 3 today, and the 26 will be against the lefties, a base hit. Otherwise, it's a cracks one to center. Backing up a few steps is Martinez. And we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's going to be Quinones. Luis Quinones, switch hitter. And he will bat with 2 out, 1 on. There's a pitch from Gross. And Gross. Oh, and that gets a hold of one and drives it in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders. And down by 4, we're going to hold up. Going to hold up the runner, and again, Gross has not allowed a run, so he is pitching a shutout. He keeps his A status, and he can go a little bit deeper into the game. Let's see if he can pick up a shutout. Let's see, Chris Sabo, 2 out, 2 on, 4-0 Expos, top of the 9th. Pitch to Chris Sabo. Kevin Gross checks in with Fitzgerald, and he pitches from the stretch, and that is a 45, which will be a ground ball to second base, scooped up by DeShields, sidearms it to first, and that's the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Final score is going to be 4-0 Expos. The real score was, I think, 7-1. And the hits will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits. I don't think there's any errors. I don't remember any errors. No. Any errors on the other team? No errors. Hits for the Reds 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits for the Reds. No runs, 9 hits, no errors. For the Reds, 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Expos, The Expos win the game. Good game all around. Again, 20 hits in this game. In reality, there was 23 hits. This game had 4 runs. In reality, there were 8 runs. So it's a little bit less than what actually happened. We'll see how next game goes. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group, and it's all its affiliated groups. Also, like and subscribe my channel to keep on getting some more cool tabletop baseball games. And I will see you guys very soon. So the Reds lose it 4-0. Kevin Gross with a huge day, pitches a shutout, scattering 9 hits. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.